Beautiful babes. Welcome along. I think I've been able to practice with most of you before, but in case that I haven't, welcome. I'm Amy. So good to see you. If you are comfortable with leaving your screen on as we practice, please feel free to do so. It means that I can have a bit of an idea of kind of how you're moving, like what you're enjoying or what you're kind of vibing and what you're not, and what maybe we can work on too in terms of building our practice together. If you'd rather switch it off, I'm a-okay with that as well. This is your practice, your time to do what you want. So roll out your mat and we'll begin down on our back for today's practice. So if you're listening to music, you can chuck it on now, press play. And then as you're ready, we'll come on down onto our backs. And you can kind of choose any position that feels good for you. So I love like a little Shavasana, legs extended nice and long, arms extended nice and wide. But if you'd rather take a bend into the knees or bring the soles of the feet together, knees out wide, anything that kind of is going to feel good for you to spend a few moments to ground into the practice. Yeah, beautiful. And just take a little tuck under of the tailbone to lengthen through the spine. And a little tuck of the shoulder blades under to open and broaden through the chest. And as we drop in together, let's take a nice big inhale breath. And a clearing exhale. Again, just like that, nice big breath in. And a steady breath out. And then just allow yourself to soften into a little bit of stillness here. So getting out any little wriggles or shifts that you need to so that you're able to soften in and kind of relax completely through the body. So you let your shoulders draw back and down. Let the belly be nice and soft. The legs are relaxed. Arms are relaxed all the way to the fingertips. And just allow this feeling of heaviness here. So like you're really surrendering the weight of your body to the earth beneath you. And then just start to draw your awareness inward here and begin to notice your breath. In your own time, just starting to send it a little deeper down into the belly. Looking to really slow down and smooth out our inhales and exhales. And often when we're kind of moving about our day, and particularly if we're busy or we're stressed, we tend to breathe into the upper chest, which signals this fight or flight mechanism in the body. In yoga, we look to find our full belly yogic style breathing. So in this moment, send the breath right down into the belly, like you're trying to inflate the space behind the belly button. And then from there, perhaps the breath can overflow up into the chest and rib cage before taking a slow, controlled exhale. So taking a few breaths like that on your own here, just aiming to breathe right down into the pit of the belly. And even just a few slow breaths in this way starts to shift away from that stress response and towards a state of calm and a little more ease. So as you focus on your yogic breathing here, these nice big deep belly breaths, Just notice if you can observe any shifts. Maybe there's a slowing of the mind or the thoughts, or a deeper sense of relaxation through the physical body. Good. Just take 3 more breaths like that here. But we aim to keep this deep belly breath as we move through the whole physical practice. So when things perhaps get a little more challenging, see if you can focus back on the breath, right into the belly to self-soothe and calm. Let's take 1 more breath in here. 1 more breath out. Amazing. Nice and gently start to bring a little bit of movement into the body. So you might wriggle through fingers, toes, follow through ankles, wrists. Maybe there's a nice big stretch, reaching the arms up and overhead, pointing through the toes. And then nice and gently, let's start to draw the knees in towards the chest. Give ourselves a little squeeze, a little cuddle. You might find the tops of the shins or even the backs of the thighs, whatever feels most comfortable for you. Take a little rock from side to side and feel this massage through your low back. Good. And then nice and gently set the feet down to the earth about hip width apart here, or shoulder width apart, kind of around that space. And then reach the arms up and overhead. Just let them relax kind of above the shoulders, above the body. From here, I'd like you to tilt your tailbone under so you feel your lower back flatten down into the mat. Good. Take a big breath in. Stay, breath out. Next, inhale, make the opposite movement. So arch through the spine, tilt the tailbone forward, lifting through the chest, almost like you're creating a little harbor bridge or arch shape underneath your back. You could even be able to slide your hand or fingers underneath that back space of the body. And then just move like that. So tilt the tailbone under, flatten the spine towards the earth. And then tilt the pelvis the other way, create that little arch shape with the back. Good. Deciding to loosen up through the back body. Continue to move at your own pace. And this is a really lovely movement just to start to release through the low back as well. Good. Just take a couple more here, forward and back, really exaggerating the movements in both directions. Good, and then nice and gently back to a neutral place, so that's place in between. Keep the left foot grounded down to the earth and kick the right foot up towards the ceiling. Hands can grab a hold of the back of the right thigh. And you can keep as much of a bend in the right knee as you need to, but I'd like you to draw some nice big circles through your right ankle here. So start to draw it one way, pointing and flexing through the toes, and then back the other way as well. Yeah, and if you're like me and your ankles creak and crack a lot, great. Get them all out here. Amazing. And then we'll find a figure 4 stretch. So flex your right toes, place the right ankle to the top of the left thigh, and using your right hand, gently press the right thigh away from you. You might feel a bit of a stretch here. This could be where you stay. If you'd like a bit more of a stretch, the hands can reach through and grab a hold of the back of the left thigh or the front of the shin. Yeah, nice. And then allow the upper back to relax, allow the tailbone to ground down. You could even take a little rock from side to side if that feels good to explore some more space. Good. Another really amazing stretch if you get a little tight or a little sore in the low back. And let's just take one more full breath in here. Steady breath out. Amazing. Nice and gently releasing your grip. Let's switch it over. We'll place the right foot down to the earth, kick the left heel up towards the ceiling, taking as much of a bend in the left knee as you like, but just start to draw those circles through the left ankle. Good. Taking it one way, taking it the other. Oh, I don't know if you heard that. I just had a big crack in my ankle. Get it all out and then take one more breath in here. And exhale to that figure 4 stretch. So left ankle on top of the right thigh. press the left thigh away from you, like we're trying to draw the knees kind of in line with each other. The hips will square off. And remember, you can stay exactly here, or perhaps you thread the hands through, finding a grip on the back of the right thigh or the front of the shin. And there might be a little rock from side to side here. A softening of the shoulders back and down, either movement or stillness, whatever feels good for you. Yeah, beautiful. Let's take one more big breath in here. Big breath out. Amazing. Nice, and gently release your grip. Let's find both hands to the backs of the thighs here. Start to rock and roll up and down the length of your spine. If this rock and roll movement doesn't feel good, you can simply roll to one side and press yourself up. Otherwise, rock and roll up to a comfortable seat as you're ready. And if it doesn't feel good to sit cross-legged, you can sit kneeling. And if bending in the knees like this doesn't feel good either, you can kind of extend them out as much as you need to. And you might sit up on something there to elevate through the spine if you like. We won't be here for too long. Just find yourself a nice tall spine. And then inhale, reach the arms up and overhead, go nice and tall. Exhale to bring the left fingertips down beside you. Reach the right arm up and over and take this beautiful big juicy stretch through the side body. So we're grounding down through the right hip and then reaching a little more through the right fingertips. Good. Stay for one more breath in. One more breath out. Next, inhale back through center. Let's switch it over. Bring the right hand down beside you. Left arm travels up and over. Amazing. Beautifully done. Grounding down through the left hip. Lift up a little more. Breathe in. Stay. Breath out. Next, inhale back through center, reach both arms up, nice and tall, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, twist towards your right, bring the left hand outside of the right thigh, right fingertips tent behind you. Inhale, lengthen, grow a little taller, and then exhale, twist a little deeper. Good, one more breath in here. One more breath out. Next, inhale, let's go back through center, reach the arms up nice and high. And exhale the other way, bringing the right hand outside left thigh, left fingertips behind. Now, as you inhale, grow your tallest self. So lengthen the spine as much as you can. And then as you exhale, try to twist a little deeper. Good. One more breath in. And out. Amazing. Back through center, reach the arms up nice and high. And this time we'll make our way to a tabletop position. So coming forward onto all fours. Stacking wrists under shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Beautiful. Now, Kathleen, if this doesn't feel great for the knees, remember you can slide a towel or blanket or something underneath here if you like. But as we find this tabletop position, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, take an inhale, lower the belly down, draw the chest and heart forward and roll the shoulder heads back. As you exhale, round through the spine, press the ground away and draw the belly button in. Let's take two more just like that. Inhale, belly lowers down, chest rolls forward, shoulders roll back. And exhale, round through the upper back, press the ground away, draw the navel in. Good. Inhale, breath. And exhale. Amazing. Make your way back into a neutral spine. So you've got that place in between. And notice here, making sure the hands are spread as far apart, or the fingers are spread as far apart as you can. And you're gripping into the fingertips like you're a little cat trying to claw into your mat. From there, notice if the chest is kind of sinking down in between your shoulder blades. See if you can press up so you feel your shoulder blades spread across your upper back and you're nice and strong in your upper body. From there, tuck the toes underneath. Press the ground away and slowly start to lift the knees and send the hips up and back to our first downward facing dog. Now, if you're like me, this first down dog, or maybe all of them, is going to feel pretty sticky. So please feel free to bend and straighten into one leg at a time here. So kind of like pedaling out through the legs. Yeah, that's the way. Amazing. Good. Let's lower the knees down just for a moment. Have a look to me to the front. Let's have a little down dog boot camp. So I feel like we all think that our legs need to be super straight in down dog. And the good thing is that they definitely don't. So as you make your way up into downward facing dog, and if you feel like a lot of your weight is kind of forward because we're trying to straighten out through the legs, I'd like you to come high onto your tippy toes, bend the knees deeply, and then press the ground away, tilting the tailbone upward. So you're feeling your back body and your spine lengthen. Notice how high my heels are. I can keep them up as high as I like, as long as I'm keeping my back body nice and strong and straight, or as straight as I can. From that place, you can start to guide the heels down towards the earth any amount, but remembering that this guiding of the heels down is kind of a direction rather than a goal. For me, my heels still don't touch the ground in downward facing dog. So let's give it another crack. Yes, yes, amazing. Beautiful, Olivia. Good, nice, Kim. Nice, Rach, that's it. Good, Nicholas. Bit more of a bend in your knees, Nicholas, if you can. Yes, and then tilt your tailbone up and press the ground away. Yes, 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 yes. Good. Nice, Matt. Good, Kathleen. Beautiful, Eleanor. Nice, Jordan. Good. Let's take a big breath in here. Big breath out. Well done. Let's start to walk our hands to the back of the mat. We're arriving in a forward fold, Uttanasana. And like down dog, let's take a deep bend into the knees here, allowing the upper body just to kind of hang and release. And you might just let your arms hang out. You might grab a hold of opposite elbows. But whatever feels good to invite, not just to stretch into the backs of your legs, but into the whole back chain of the body. So down the spine as well, down the back of the neck. You might take a little sway gently from side to side. Anything that feels good, a little shake of the head, no, a little nod, yes. Beautiful. Take one more big breath in here. And release the arms, breath out. Let's press down through both of our feet. Gently roll to stand, so take your time. Allow the spine to unravel and stack one vertebrae at a time. And as we arrive at the top, let's sweep the arms up and overhead. Palms will touch. And exhale, bring the hands to heart center. This is Tadasana, our mountain pose, or Samasthiti. So heels are underneath the hips. Bring your arms out wide to a T for me. Turn the palms to face up and draw the shoulders back and down. Good. From here, notice if the butt wants to stick out behind you, can you tilt the tailbone under, lengthening the low back? From there, take an inhale, roll the shoulders back, lift through the center of the chest and squeeze the shoulder blades gently together. As you exhale, turn the palms to face down, roll the shoulders forward and draw the belly in towards your spine. Good, twice more like that. We inhale, roll the shoulders back, palms face up, lift through the center of the chest. And exhale, round it forward. Good, last time. Inhale, breath, lift up. And exhale, round it forward. This time, inhale, reach both arms up and overhead, grow nice and tall. Exhale, take a generous bend into the knees as you fold forward, nice and slow. Good. Now bring your fingertips to your shins. Press into the fingertips and straighten out the arms so the chest comes parallel to the ground. Kind of looking for a flat back position here. Shoulders draw back and down. This is that halfway lift. Now draw the crown of the head forward. Draw the belly in towards your spine. Take a big breath in. And then exhale, bend the knees deeply and fold back in half. Good, let's do that one more time. Halfway lift, fingertips to shins, straighten the arms. Try to find a flat back and squeeze the shoulder blades gently together. And then exhale, fold in half. Yes, beautiful. Let's walk ourselves out to a high plank position. Shoulders will stack above the wrists. Press the ground away firmly. If you're feeling super strong here, you can keep the knees lifted. Otherwise, lean forward, set the knees down and untuck your toes. Good, whatever you've got, press the ground away. Take a big breath in. Exhale, hug the elbows in. Let them graze your rib cage as you slowly lower all the way down to your belly. Amazing. Now from here, slide your thumbs back, kind of in line with your low ribs. Hug the elbows towards each other and then press the tops of the feet down so firmly you feel the kneecaps lift off the earth. From there, press lightly into your palms, lift the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades, low cobra, and exhale back down to the belly. Good, let's do that one more time. Inhale, press into the palms lightly, chest lift, shoulder blades squeeze, low cobra, and then exhale, lower down. This time, we're going to hover the hands. So press into the feet, squeeze the shoulder blades, and then lift the chest, just using the muscles in your back body. Good, and then exhale, lower down. Amazing. Hands under your shoulders. Slide back to your child's pose. So knees come nice and wide, big toes come to touch. Hips sink down towards your heels. Arms will reach forward, chest softens down to the earth, and just take 3 nice big breaths here. Good, breathing into the side waist, the back body, relaxing the shoulders down. Amazing. Stay for 1 more big breath in here. And a big breath out. Beautifully done. Shift yourself back into your tabletop position. Wrists under shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Tuck the toes underneath, downward facing dog. We press the ground away. Lift the knees and send the hips up and back. This time, come high onto your tippy toes. Take a little bend into your knees and then start to make your way to the top of your mat. So you can bend the knees as much as you need to. The hands can lift whenever you need them to. But this time we arrive in our fold at the top of the mat. Bring your fingertips to your shins. Straighten out the arms. Find your halfway lift, so that flat back position. Belly draws in towards your spine. Lengthen the crown of the head forward. Take a big breath in. And then exhale, fold deeply in half, allowing your forehead to draw towards your thighs. 1 more just like that. Fingertips to shins, lengthen the heart forward, halfway lift, breathe in. And exhale, fold deeply in half. Good. Inhale, we slowly rise to stand. So press the ground away. As you reach up, look up, guide the palms to touch. This time, exhale, sweep the arms nice and wide. Bend the knees deeply and return back into your forward fold. Uttanasana. Good. Fingertips land down to the earth. Nice and slowly, step the left foot all the way to the back of your mat. So we're in our long runner's lunge here. So making sure our front knee is stacked over our ankle. Fingertips here to draw the heart forward. Take a nice big breath in. And then exhale, we'll gently soften the back knee down to the earth. But Kathleen, remember, if it doesn't feel good, keep the back knee lifted, or perhaps there's a cushion underneath the back knee. From there, arms will reach up and overhead. We find Anjaneyasana, our low lunge. Good. Shoulders draw back and down, belly draws in. And there's a feeling like you're trying to hug the front heel towards the back knee. Good. Take a nice big inhale breath here. Exhale, sweep the arms back behind you and see if you can clasp the hands behind your back. So you're trying to suction the palms together. You can bend the elbows here, draw the shoulders back and down, and then maybe start to straighten out the arms any amount as you find a little more lift through the chest. Amazing. 1 more big breath in. Big breath out. Nice and gently reach the arms up super high, finding your low lunge. And then exhale, start to straighten your front leg, bringing the hands down either side of your leg here, taking a little hamstring stretch. Now, if this feels real sticky, take as much of a bend in this front knee as you like. Toes will flex towards the face. And then we're doing our best, like in that forward fold, just to kind of soften the upper body in, trying to release any tightness or tension through the neck. Good. Through the jaw, let it go. Amazing. Stay for 1 more big breath in here. Big breath out. Beautiful. Nice and gently, let's re-bend into our front knee. Reach the arms up and overhead. Find your low lunge once again. And then this time, reach your left arm forward and your right arm back. So you're finding yourself in a gentle twist, reaching the arms in opposite directions. Good. Stay for a big breath in. Steady breath out. Beautiful. Look down at your front foot. Gently place your left hand to the ground next to your right foot. Right fingertips reach up towards the sky. This is our simple twist shape. We're hugging the front knee in towards us. And then look down at your bottom hand. I'd like you to tuck your back toes under and lift your back knee so the back leg is nice and strong. Take a full breath in. And stay, breath out. You got this. One more inhale. This time, exhale, bring your right hand down inside of your right foot. Ground your back foot down. So the knife edge blade of the back foot is just about parallel with the back of your mat, or maybe the toes are pointing forward slightly. And then from there, use your belly to lift up into warrior two. Arms drawn nice and wide to a T. Good. Now in our warrior, straighten the front leg a moment. Give yourself a little bit of a break and then look at your feet. See if you can line up the heels so they're in line with each other. The back toes will turn in slightly and the front toes are pointing straight towards the front of your mat. From there, arms come nice and wide. As you start to bend back into the front knee, it might want to draw to the left, caving into the center. See if you can press it out towards the right. You might even feel a little bit of a stretch through the inside of your thigh there as well. Amazing. Your gaze falls on the front middle finger, and then maybe you sink a little deeper into the front leg. Beautifully done. Let's stay for one more breath in here. One more breath out. Nice and gently, flip your front palm, straighten your front leg, and then bring your left hand to your left thigh as the right fingertips reach towards the ceiling. Taking a little bit of a stretch through the side body, a big inhale breath here. Exhale back to warrior two. Rebend into your front knee, arms draw nice and wide. Look forward, inhale, lean forward, and then exhale, lightly bring your right forearm to your right thigh, palm faces up, left fingertips reach towards the ceiling. Good. Now this might be where you stay. We're kind of expanding through our chest, opening up here. For more of a side stretch, you can begin to reach the top arm up and overhead, drawing the bicep next to the ear, and the palm will face down. Good. Now remember the back leg. Knife edge blade of the back foot is pressing down and our back leg is active. That thigh is working. Good. Stay for one more big breath in here. And a steady exhale. Beautiful. Return back to that warrior two. So bring the arms back to a T shape. And then left hand, left thigh, just like before. Flip your right palm up. Straighten your right leg and reach the right fingertips up. We reverse the shape. Good. Take a big inhale breath here. And exhale, windmill both hands down. I'd like you to frame your front foot. Now both hands are grounding down. I want you to press the ground away and do your best to step back to downward facing dog from here. Yes, beautiful. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. Inhale, come high to the tippy toes. Tuck the tailbone under and ripple forward to your high plank position. Just like before, you can keep the knees lifted or set the knees down and untuck the toes. Inhale, lean forward. Our shoulders travel past our wrists. Exhale, hug the elbows in and lower all the way down to your belly. Beautiful. So we'll move a little bit with breath this time in our rolling cobra. So I'd like you to slide your fingertips wide, so your hands or your fingertips are off the side of your mat. I'm not sure if you can see properly, but you've kind of got the heel of the hand lifted, like you've got a little cupcake under your hands that you don't want to squash. From there, press the feet down super firmly and then press lightly into your fingertips. Inhale, lift the chest, rolling cobra. And exhale back down to the belly. You got it. So squeeze your butt gently here. That'll lengthen the low back. Press the feet down. Inhale, lift the chest, shoulder blade squeeze. And exhale back to the belly. Amazing. One last time, rolling cobra. Inhale, we lift up. And exhale, lower all the way back down. Beautiful. Hands under shoulders. Slide back to your child's pose. Good. Give yourself a moment there. Hips sink down, shoulders relax. Amazing, guys. And you can chill here for as long as you like. Downward facing dog is where we'll meet as you're ready. Toes tuck, knees lift, hips slide up and back. Yes, beautiful. Well done. Amazing, guys. From here, come high up onto your tippy toes. Take a little bend into the knees and make your way again to the top of the mat. So you can take a stroll, you might take a little hop if you're feeling feisty, or even just one big step. Yes, we're arriving in that fold. So head and neck relax and release. Take a generous bend into the knees and notice if you're holding tension in your neck. Take a little shake, no, little nod, yes. Guiding the gaze towards the knees. Yeah, beautiful shapes, guys. Let's take one more breath in here. And release the arms, breath out. Slide your fingertips to your shins. Straighten out the arms, halfway lift. Try to find that flat back position. Belly button draws in. And exhale, fold deeply in half. Good. Press down through both of your feet. Let's roll to stand. Allow the spine to unravel. Reach up, look up, guide the palms to touch. Amazing. This time, bring your hands to your heart center. Bring your big toes to touch, or whatever feels best in your body here. So you can either bring big toes to touch with a little gap between the heels, or step your feet hip width apart. Feel into it. We're going to start to sit down into our chair pose. So eventually, hips sit back and down, knees bend, hands can find heart center, or you're reaching up and overhead. Sometimes with the big toes touching, it just feels a little icky on the knees. So if that's the case, bring the feet to hip width and draw the knees forward in line with the toes. Whatever you've got, hands heart center or reaching up and overhead, start to shift a little weight back towards the heels, so much so that maybe you can give the toes a little bit of a wriggle. Yes, belly draws in. See if you can sink down just a little more. Amazing. One more breath in. Stay, breath out. Inhale, rise to stand. Press the ground away. Reach up, look up, palms touch. And exhale, bend the knees a lot as you fold back in towards Uttanasana. Good. Inhale, halfway lift, fingertips to shins. Bring your chest parallel, draw the shoulders back and down. Exhale, fold deeply in half. Now bring your fingertips to the ground. Slowly step your right foot this time all the way to the back of your mat. We're in our long runner's lunge. Fingertips are framing our front foot. The front knee is over the ankle. Take a nice big inhale breath here. And then as you exhale, gently lower the back knee down to the earth. Or perhaps you're keeping it lifted if that feels better in your knee. Arms will reach up and overhead, finding Anjali, our low lunge. Good. Now here, make sure your right butt cheek is squeezing on. And then there's a gentle feeling like you're pressing your hips forward slightly and down. We're stretching out through the front of our right hip. From there, sweep the arms back around behind you. And as you clasp the hands behind your back, see if you can find the grip that feels a little funky or a little unfamiliar. Draw the palms together, draw the shoulders back and down. Remember, we can keep a bend into the elbows, or maybe we start to straighten out through the arms, any amount, lifting through the center of your chest. Beautiful. Stay for a big breath in and a big breath out. Next, inhale, release the arms, reach up nice and high, grow super tall, beautiful. Start to straighten your front leg, send the hips back, allow the fingertips to land down into our half Hanuman or our half splits. Good, now remember we can bend the knee as much as we need. We're just looking to find a little bit of length and space down the back chain of the body. You got it, stay for a full breath in. And a steady exhale breath. Beautifully done. Next, inhale, re-bend gently into your front knee. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. And then we find that open twist. You're going to reach your right arm forward and your left arm back. Good, expanding through the chest, but doing our best to keep the hips facing straight towards the front of the mat. Good, one more breath in. Exhale, look down to your ground. Right hand lands down inside of your left foot. Left fingertips reach up towards the ceiling. From here, look down at your bottom hand. Tuck your back toes under and strengthen your back leg as you lift up the back knee. Yes, amazing work. Peel back the top shoulder a little more. Take one more breath in. And then exhale, left hand down inside of our left foot. Ground your back foot down so the whole foot is grounded, and then use your inhale breath to lift into warrior two. Arms will draw wide to a T. I'll spin around this way just so I can see you better. But straighten the front leg for a moment. Let's set ourselves up. Make sure the back foot is turning in slightly or is parallel to the side of your mat. Heels will line up with each other, and then front toes point straight forward. Arms are wide, palms face down, and then as we bend into our front knee, it's going to want to cave to the right. Keep pressing it to the left. Like if you look down, you should always be able to see your big toe. Good. Trying to stack the knee over the ankle if we can. Amazing. Big breath in. Stay breath out. Good. One more inhale. And an easy exhale breath. Beautifully done. Now straighten your front leg. Flip your left palm so it's facing up. Right hand to right thigh. Left fingertips reach up, up, up. Take a nice big stretch through the side body. Breathe in here. And exhale back to warrior two. Rebend into the front knee. Draw the arms wide. Good. Now inhale, lean forward as far as you can. Exhale, gently bring the left forearm to the left thigh, palm facing up. Right fingertips reach straight up towards the ceiling. Good. Our side angle pose. Remembering you can stay here, just being mindful that we're not putting too much weight on the bottom thigh. Or you can find your extended variation by reaching the top arm up and overhead, palm facing down, looking for this beautiful big stretch through the side body. Yes, well done. Front leg is working. Let it work. Yes, take one more big breath in. Big breath out. Beautifully done. Nice and gently. Make your way back to warrior two. Lift up. And then straighten your front leg. Right hand to right thigh. Left fingertips reach up, up, up and overhead. Breathe in. And exhale, windmill both hands down. Frame your front foot. Spin onto the ball of your back foot. And then do your best. It's a big transition, but try to step the left foot back to the right in towards your downward facing dog. Yes, well done. Inhale, ripple forward. Find your high plank, shoulders stack above the wrists. Remember, we can keep the knees lifted or set them down and untuck the toes. But either way, you're shifting forward, shoulders come past the wrists. Hug the elbows in and take your time to lower all the way down to your belly. Good. From here, final round of active back bends. You'll reach your hands back behind you so the palms are facing down next to the hips and your thumbs are pointing out. So arms reach back, palms down, thumbs pointing out. Now press the tops of the feet down as firmly as you can. Again, you might feel the kneecaps lift off the earth. Roll the shoulders back and down, and then inhale, lift the chest, reach the arms back, float the fingers, and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Good. Exhale, lower down to the belly. Again, like that, feet ground down. Inhale, lift the chest, reach back, squeeze the shoulder blades. And exhale, lower down. Amazing. This time, everything flies. Inhale, lift the chest. Reach the arms back. Maybe the legs float as well if it feels good. We stay for 3. Breathe for 2. And back onto your belly on 1. Amazing. Hands under your shoulders. Slide back to a child's pose. Hips sink down towards the heels. Give yourself just a moment there. Relax through the shoulders. Relax through the breath. Amazing. Good, guys. Taking just 2 more steady breaths here. See if you can soften just a little more towards the earth. And just release the practice. Any thoughts of good or bad or right or wrong, just drop into the energetics of what you feel. Good. And then as you're ready, we'll make our way into a comfortable seat. Nice and gently shifting ourselves to one side. And bringing the legs out around in front of us. Cool. So we're going to find a shape called Pashimotanasana, and it's our seated forward bend. I didn't say it in the beginning, but we'll have time. So you might like to just grab yourself something now. Often when we sit in a seated forward fold, it's kind of tricky to keep ourselves sitting upright. It kind of tends to look a little more like this. So if you feel like it's hard to sit upright and to lean forward, I recommend grabbing something to sit on now. So a book will do the trick. Maybe AC/DC Maximum Rock and Roll will be handy. And by sitting up on top of something, it allows our pelvis to kind of tilt forward, which then allows us to find that forward fold movement easier. So feel free to find something to sit on if you like here. And then just like any time we're folding forward, take as much of a bend in the knees as you like. But a non-negotiable is that we're flexing through the toes firmly. So you're trying to draw the toes towards your face. From there, draw the belly in. Inhale, reach the arms up nice and high, lift through the chest. Exhale, lead through the chest as you fold forward any amount. Good. Yes. And regardless of where you go in your fold, I'd like you to think about continuously tilting the tailbone back, chest forward, toes flexing towards you, and then relax through the upper body. So there's no need to push or to pull or to force. We're allowing our breath to help us find a little more space. So breathe in, like you could lengthen the spine a little more. And then as you breathe out, what can you let go of? Like shoulders, jaw, neck. Yeah, beautiful. Let's take 5 more big breaths here. And see if you can use your breath super actively. So think about going just a little bit deeper on each and every exhale that you take. Yeah, amazing shapes. Good, let's take 1 more nice big breath in here. And a steady breath out. Nice and gently lifting yourself back up into a seat. If you sat on something, just take it out from underneath you. And I'd like you to walk your sit bones forward just so you've got space to come down onto your back. But before you do, ground your feet down. Bring your hands to the tops of your shins. And then take an inhale. Allow the knees to come slightly apart as you draw the chest through and squeeze the shoulder blades together. As you exhale, round through the spine. Let the arms go straight. Hang back into the shape and let the shoulder blades spread across your upper back. Good, let's do that again. Inhale, breath, lift up. Shoulder blades squeeze, heart lifts. And exhale, we round through the upper back. Good, this time inhale, lift up through the center of the chest. I want you to hold here, keep the feet grounded, reach the arms forward, take a big breath in. Exhale, roll through the spine, take your time. We're journeying down onto our back, but I want you to find the spot that sucks the most. That's it for me. And we hold there together for 5. Breathe for 4. You've got this. 3, 2, and 1. Onto your back. Good. Amazing. Bring the feet as wide as your mat. Take a little windscreen wipe of the knees from side to side. You might cuddle the knees in towards your chest here. Give yourself a little squeeze, whatever feels nice, just a little bit of intuitive movement. Good, and we'll finish with some rolling bridges. So opening through the front of the hips and strengthening through the back of the legs. So just like we began when we did those little pelvic tilts forward and back, this time it's kind of similar, but we're just making the movement a little bigger. So feet are hip width apart or shoulder width apart. You should be able to almost graze your heels, just about. And then from there, take a pressing down of your palms. So hands are next to the hips, palms press down. And then inhale, press through the heels, curl the tailbone under, like we're flattening the back into the earth, but keep it moving. Allow the hips to lift, allow the spine to roll up, 1 vertebrae at a time. Arriving at the top in our bridge pose. And then exhale, come back down the way you came in. So upper back, middle back, lower back, and hips land. Good. Twice more like that. Press down through the heels, curl the tailbone under, peel yourself up, one vertebrae at a time. And then gently lower down, upper back, middle back, lower back, and hips. Amazing. Last time. Inhale, press through the heels, hug the inner thighs towards each other. They're going to want to splay out to the side as you lift, so keep them hugging in. This time we'll pause at the top, and you can just stay here. If you'd like a little more, you can think about shuffling the shoulders underneath you, and then looking to clasp the hands behind the back, pressing the fist down to lift the hips a little higher. That's very much an option. Otherwise, you can even hold onto the sides of your mat and then hug or shuffle the shoulders underneath you as well. So it's a similar movement. We're finding more of a puff through the chest. Not so tricky as grabbing a hold of the hands. Whatever you've got, stay here. Squeeze your butt, hug the inner thighs in. Let's take one more big inhale breath. And exhale, mindfully release whatever hands you've got. Roll down through the spine, upper back, middle back, lower back, hips. Good, and then let the feet heel toe as wide as your mat. Let the knees knock into the center. Bring the right hand to rest on your belly and the left hand to rest on your heart. Let the eyes close down here and just take a few slow and mindful breaths. Looking to connect back into that yogic breath that we found right at the beginning of the practice. So here, you might even focus in on the gentle rise and fall of your right hand. It comes with that nice, deep belly breath. When I focus on my breathing in this way, I find it really helpful and really enjoyable to focus on the sensation of the breath. So some people like to visualize the breath as it moves in and out. Some people even like to count the breath. I like to tap into what I feel. So as you breathe in deeply, you might notice, feel, enjoy that sensation of lightness, of spaciousness. And as you breathe out, perhaps you allow for a bit of release, shoulders relaxed, jaw, hips, anything. Just let something go as you heavy down towards the earth. Take a few more breaths, eyes closed down. Just feeling into that sensation. Amazing. And we'll take a final little twist to even out the body and seal the practice. So bring your arms wide to a T, palms face up, or cactus arms if you haven't got a lot of space like me. The feet can stay wide. We'll just start to windscreen wipe the knees from side to side. Taking that little bit of rinsing. And then the next time the knees fall over to the left, you can let them stay there in an easy twist. And this is just one variation of a twist. You can stay here. You might place the left ankle on top of the right thigh, which helps to guide the thigh down towards the earth. A bit more of a stretch to the front of the hip. If you'd like a deeper variation, both feet come together towards the right-hand side of your mat. Shuffle the hips over as well, and then let both knees roll towards the left. So we're kind of deepening the twist that way. Yeah, so just feel into whatever feels best for you, but shoulders ground down, upper back relaxes. So allow for this gentle rinsing of the spine. Let's take 2 more slow breaths here. And 1 more big breath in. Big breath out. Next inhale, gently drawing yourself back through center. And then knees over to the right hand side. So your feet are either wide, letting the knees knock over, maybe right ankle on top of left thigh if you did that before, or the legs come together. Whatever variation you did, whatever feels best. But find your shape, soften through the shoulders, and just drop into a few more slow and deep breaths here. Amazing yogis. Take one more big breath in. Big breath out. Next inhale, draw yourself back through center. Cuddle the knees in towards your chest. Give yourself one final squeeze, one final cuddle. And then we'll soften down into our Shavasana. So your legs extend nice and long. Arms extend nice and wide. Palms will face up. Feet will gently flop out to the side. And there's a little tuck under of the tailbone to lengthen the spine. A little tuck of the shoulder blades to broaden through the chest. But just allowing the eyes to close down as you're ready. The body to soften completely and to release. And as we take a nice big deep breath in, fill all the way up. Part the lips and sigh it out. One more just like that, big breath in. And let it go. And our Shavasana offers us this opportunity for conscious stillness and relaxation. This time for the body to rest in the space and the calm that you've cultivated after 60 minutes of mindful movement and slow, deep breathing. And they say that Shavasana is quite possibly the most important shape. It's the easiest to do, but perhaps the most difficult to master, whatever mastering means. I think more than anything, it's important just to give yourself this space. You might not rest again like this before you lay down in your bed tonight. And even then, it's a very different sensation. So notice if the mind is kind of tugging at you, pulling your attention elsewhere, to-do lists, this, that, whatever. Use your breath, this beautiful, deep, yogic belly breath, as an anchor to guide your awareness to. So as the mind wanders, acknowledge and draw it back. Feeling the breath in your body, the rise and fall of your belly. Enjoying this state of conscious and deliberate ease. Take a nice big breath in. Part the lips, let it go. And then breathe in slowly for 4, 3, 2. Pause at the top. And out for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in for 4, 3, 2. Pause. And out for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In for 4, 3, 2. Pause. And out for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time. In for 4, 3, 2. Pause. And out for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a big breath in. Part the lips, side out. And as you feel ready, perhaps keeping the eyes closed, just start to bring some small movements into the body. Little wiggle through fingers, through toes, a roll of the head from side to side. Maybe a nice big stretch as you're ready, reaching the arms up and overhead. And then a cuddle of the knees towards your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Amazing. We'll meet together in a comfortable seat as you're ready, but no rush to get there. You might roll to one side and press yourself up, or rock and roll up and down the spine. But however you choose to get there, arrive there with the eyes closed down, or even just a softer gaze down towards the top of your mat. Let the shoulders draw up, back and down. Find a nice tall spine. And then bring the hands or the palms to touch just in front of the chest, the heart space. This is our Anjali Mudra, a symbolic gesture of gratitude and of connection. So just take this moment to offer gratitude to yourself for showing up to this practice, for carving out a little bit of time for you, and also for the way that we can still connect in this way, regardless of the craziness of the world right now. Let's seal the practice all together with a deep and unifying breath in. Clearing exhale. From my heart to yours, thank you.